Alright boys, so today we're going to be talking about what is the best style, and if you guys really like it, then we'll go to like what is the best flow and whatever else. Alright, so here we have the tier list, and we're just going to start off in no particular order, alright? But before I do start, I need to say I am giving away a lot of free lucky stuff, lucky spins, so if you need like a mythic or something and you don't have one, just subscribe, like the video, and join my Discord in the description. Anyways, let's get into it. First, we've got Isagi's. Now, Isagi is probably one of the worst that you could have. I mean, it's not terrible, but again, it's a common. It's got a good shot. You get like a shoot skill. It's not the strongest in the game. It's pretty predictable, and it's okay. I do think Isagi's is going to be the worst out of pretty much everything here. And it's also your starter thing, so if you get this and you start off with it, just spin it off immediately. To be honest, you can be good with it, but let's be real, you can be good even just shooting the ball and clicking, because there's a lot of people that have no brain cells. Overall, no, this is not good. Next up, we have Chiri. Now, Chiri is another common, well, you can call it common, rare, whatever you want to call it. Chigiri's spec is actually very good, especially the passive in the Awakening. It's super good. You can rush around people pretty easily. It's not the craziest thing, but it's at least definitely better than Isagi's. So that's why I'm going to put it in C. You can be very good with it, and it can be very hard to deal with, if like you get past two and then you just speed all the way up into the goal. But it also has no shooting moves, so unless you're like a goated shooter with just clicking, then you're kind of cooked. And that's assuming that their goalie is an actual human, of course. Don't get me wrong, there's some humans that are stupid, but an actual good player that is a goalie will 100% catch your goals every time if you just try and raw it with Chiri. Next up, we have Sai. Sai's role is to be passing and like juking out people midfield, not all the way up scoring, right? He's to make the plays to make the goal, but he's not going to be the one actually scoring the goal. That is the only way you can really play him, because again, he doesn't have any shooting moves, but he does have passing moves, which are perfect every time. I don't know if these can be intercepted, but I'm assuming the perfect pass cannot be intercepted. Either way, it's a really good pass, and you can pass like across the map, and it'll just automatically go to them every single time. On top of that, you get a very good skill that can automatically just go through people. You just get to go around them for free. And in his Awakening, you get a special cutscene move that will just shoot and have a cutscene, and the only downside is that you have to have a player in front of you to use it, but it is what it is. Overall, it's pretty good for its job, and I think it is probably the best for playmaking, at least for like passing and stuff. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it in S. Aiku. Aiku is the new legendary / mythic that just got bumped up to mythic, and it just got added to the game for the Christmas update. If you haven't played this, go watch my latest video on the Christmas update. I did a showcase on it. Yeah. In summary, Aiku is broken. Okay, Aiku probably has one of the best kits in the entire game, minus his Awakening, because his Awakening is kind of underwhelming for something that's so good, but I get it. So basically what his moves do is his first move will automatically block somebody's shot, and it will make them lose possession of the ball and pass to their nearest teammate. If there's no teammate near them, it'll just steal the ball from them, and you'll have it. Amazing. that's first of all, first move already broken. Second move, it'll automatically rush and steal the ball. It's like a slide tackle, but pretty much instantaneous, and it'll take the ball from them if they don't dribble in time, or don't do anything in time, and it'll just steal the ball from them. Both of these moves are insanely broken. There is nothing like them from any other person on this list. The only drawback is that they can only be used on your side of the field, which isn't that bad considering you can just play goalie and be the best goalie that there ever was. I played goalie with Aiku, and I'm not gonna lie, it was impossible for anybody to get past me. I would stand still. If they just took too long, I just walk up to them and steal the ball from them. It's insane. For that reason, I'm going to be putting Aiku in S, above Sai. Next, we have Bachira. Now, Bachira isn't the greatest. I think Rin and Sai have a pretty similar juke move to him, except it's just, I think it's better in my opinion. But obviously, you can be pretty good with him. He's not bad. He's not terrible. But in my opinion, he's just mid, right? He's mid. So I'd put him in B. His awakening is alright, but you know, all in all, there's just a lot better things that you could use. Because a lot of other dribblers and people that can pass you up like Sai just pass better. You know, they just have better passes. Instead of, you know, no playmaking capabilities. He's kind of just a selfish, like, dribbling. Next up, we have Nagi. Now, Nagi is a legendary, and he is pretty good, especially if you know how to use him right. And in my opinion, the only correct way to use Nagi is, 1, bait out a person's, like, dribble if they have the possession of the ball. And once they go to do, like, the heel flick thing, like the back heel, like lob, that thing, then you want to use your move to trap, because it'll automatically steal the ball mid-air from them, and it is such a cheesy move. It is amazingly good. It's honestly insane how easily you can steal the ball from people by just sitting there waiting and pressing C at the right time. It's crazy. His other move, which is kind of just a sidestep, is pretty garbage, to say the least. And his awakening, it's alright. It's not the craziest, but it is still a shot, and it's very good. I think his kit is alright, but simply because one of his 2 moves is practically useless, and you can still get the ball stolen mid-slide, by the way. There's no iframes on it, so I'm just going to put it high B, because I don't think it's that crazy, except for his trap move. His trap move is good, but after trapping, you kind of can't really do anything after that. Next, we have Gagamaru. Now, Gagamaru is pretty much the only goalie-based spec in the entire game, so I think it's not bad, but the moves do change when you're not a goalie. It's not the greatest moves, but it is still very helpful. And if you are playing the goalie position, then I think that makes it even better. But for now, I'm just gonna put it, you know, B. It's B. Simply because I think IQ can defend the goal even better than Gagamaru if you play it right, because Gagamaru doesn't really just have moves that'll instant lock onto something, instant TP to somebody and make them lose the ball. You just don't do that. Now, next up we have Rin. In my opinion, Rin is insane, okay? He's got all of his moves stacked. Every single one. Now, his curve shot is very unpredictable, especially if you're, like, good at using it and you know exactly where you're going to be shooting to throw the goalie off. Then it can be amazing. If you don't know how to use it, it's kind of but either way, even if you're playing against an AI, that curve shot is going to be going in every single time if it's an AI, or if they're just stupid. On top of that, he also has the same juking ability to get around people that Sai has, which is insane, by the way, because you literally just get to go past people for free. Not to mention his awakening being one of the best goal shots in the game. And also, for Rin's goal shot, you don't need to have anybody in front of you on either team. You can just use it, and it will curve and go in. Now, a good goalie could probably stop this pretty easily unless it was like close range. Then you're kind of cooked. Overall, Rin's kit is just so stacked, you can never lose. Like, if you're a striker and you're losing with Rin, I'm sorry, you're trash. But Rin is top of the S, in my opinion. I think he is top of S because of just how good of a playmaker he can be. You want at least one Rin on your team to be scoring. If you don't have that, then get one of these next 2, which Shido is also a mythic and a very good one at that. However, I'm aware that he can pretty much score on any AI at any time, but if we're being honest, most of these characters can. And in terms of range, this guy can shoot halfway across the map and still make it in. Plus, he also has 2 shots on the goal skills that he can move, or skills that you, oh my god, skills that he can use, and it's pretty good. And I'm hesitant to put him in S simply because I don't want there to be too many S ranks, and I don't really think that his awakening is that good. It is the newly reworked thing, and it is a free shot on the goal, except you have to be backwards, which is kind of weird. But I get it. I know why it's backwards, and you know, it's just kind of, it's terrible, to be honest. The shot is terrible. It goes on the floor immediately, kills all the inertia. There's no momentum in it, and it's just like what, huh? So his awakening is pretty garbage until they fix that bug, with it, you know, just dying. The ball just dies, and it's so easy to predict and catch. If they fix that, it's easily S, but I'm just going to put it in S right now, assuming that's a bug. Then once it gets fixed, I think it'll be S. For right now, though, I'd say it's A, simply because the shots are good, but against the goalie with a brain, they're pretty hard to hit because they're just direct shot. They're just straight shots, right? So that's why I'm putting him low S and maybe high A, simply because, you know, his shots are direct, very easy to catch, and predict and stuff. And you can't really be making those half-court shots against a goalie that actually can, you know, use their eyes. Last one, we have Baro. Baro is very good. He did just get reworked, and I think he's even better now because of his chop dribble having the instantaneous distance that it didn't have before, where you could counter it and, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. Now it's instant and you'll just pass up anybody. On top of that, he has a very, very strong move with his C, and that is a direct shot, but you can't get the ball stolen while he's using it. It's a very good plus, and I think that makes him really, really, really strong. But again, it is still a direct shot. And I think curve shots are just always going to be better because they're harder to predict. But you can still make a bunch of goals with Baro's kit. On top of that, in his awakening, he gets another move which steals the ball from your teammate and will shoot. Another plus to him is that he can actually use his awakening even when he doesn't have possession of the ball. So you can just use it anywhere and then steal the ball from anyone that's on your team. It is a pretty good move, and I think it's all right. It's a nice shot move, pretty generic, but you know, it's pretty cool. So for that, I'm putting him in A. I think he's very good. He's got a solid kit, very good passing up. I think honestly his chop dribble is probably better than Rin and Sai. But honestly, I'd say him and Shido are pretty much interchangeable. I'm only putting Shido in S tier for right now because I hope to God that his new awakening will not be bugged anymore and that it'll actually be a good shot. But if it stays the same, these things are pretty clear. They're pretty much the same. I'd even say that if Shido's new awakening doesn't get fixed or get buffed or whatever it needs to be done, then I think it's worse than Baro simply because of the chop dribble being so damn good. And yes, they both have amazing shot potential, but I think Shido's is just more predictable, especially long range. But yeah, this is going to be the list. Again, remember, Shido is down here if he doesn't get fixed, but he's up here if he does get fixed. So boom, yeah, that's how it works. If you disagree, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let me know where I'm wrong, where you disagree, whatever else. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Peace.